Alright everyone, welcome to the video. Today we're doing the boss battle with the Broodmother here. Before we get started, I should mention that this was kind of a last minute plan. One of the servers out of 5 was going to undergo maintenance and repair, so a bunch of people jumped off it, transported, or cross-arced, whatever you want to call it, over to the island, and a few at the last minute said I will do a boss while we're here. So that being said, the preparation's a little bit light, no doubt about it. And what are we looking at? Normally in this case I would probably want to have 10 T-Rexes or 9 T-Rexes and the pig to heal. These guys are coming in with almost nothing, a couple rookies on the job. So although they get it done, things don't always go exactly as planned. So the fighting starts off, we got some shooters in the back here, extinction dinos in on the action. Your Theres up front. Probably does the most damage. I think we got a Tech Rex in there as well. And another regular Rex, which I believe is named Garbage. I don't have a whole lot of faith in a dino named Garbage, but they do get it. They do get it done with only say 50% problems. You can already see that one of those dinos that's in close taking quite a bit of damage. Spiders are bouncing out all over the place. Broodmother's not hurt too bad yet. It almost looks like it's going to be done easily in the first half of the video, but as we progress through everything, there are some problems coming up here. So I'm spectating for this, not participating. And again, all last minute planning, just thought, heck, I'll get in there. Look at the blood on that dino, though. That's only a matter of seconds before this guy drops. Should be any time, and down she goes. So there goes a dino, a saddle, and I believe a player got chomped as well. I'm not sure though, maybe that dino. Actually, no one was riding that dino, so the player's probably still alive. So it's up for our first loss there. We're gonna hit tab in a second, or backspace, sorry, to bring up the stats on what's going on. There we go. So Keo is riding on a Theres, which is probably the most integral dino in this whole plan. We can see some serious injuries happening to one of the other dinos that's in there. That one's not going to last long, I don't think. And based on the damage status of the Broodmother, you would think this kind of wraps up pretty quickly. Unfortunately, we're going to see pretty soon that that's just not the case as the team slowly becomes weaker. And here we go, another near-dead dino. Cerebral Assassin drops. So in less than the first minute and a half or so, we got 2 dinos down. Situation's getting a little more desperate. Plenty of fire coming, but I'm not really sure. We don't see the damage points. I'm not really sure that fire's getting what we need to get done here to keep everybody moving along. Rex is covered with webs. Also seems no one's riding the Rex. And mainly we have no pig, no Uti. So without the pig healing dinos, we're going to see a little later on when someone makes the mistake, I guess instead of pressing F, they jump off the dino to heal it. And that goes south in a hurry. So it gets kind of good. I actually really enjoyed watching this because it didn't go the way it would with 8 Rexes, a Uti, and a pig, because it just is like 2 minutes of spamming a button and everybody dies. I mean, everybody lives and the Broodmother gets wrecked. So things are pretty sketchy right now. It looks like the Tech Rex has either left the battle or also gotten wrecked. So by my count at this point, at least 3 of the initial dinos are down. It's now been an extra minute and the Broodmother is not taking as much damage. We see a lot of damage on Greed, Ebony, and Ivory over there. They're level 246. It's pretty much on rest at this point. Again, Boss Theres of Elysium with Keo riding it is really the one carrying the entire weight. That Rex is doing pretty good though, but who knows where that's going to end up. Red Wolf here, or Red Wombat, doing what they can. But again, forced to pull back a little bit. If the pig was healing, of course, these dinos would be able to push a lot harder. Now, remember if you're making comments saying it should have been done this way, it should have been done that way, most of the players here know that. They were just messing around. So we all know there's a better way to do the boss, but I found this to be much more entertaining. So here's a big player mistake there. We see jumping off to try and heal a dino. Next time might want to, probably was actually trying to jump back on to heal it using the F button. But now we got a problem. Forces have been split. 2 of those dinos are in full retreat to heal, but unfortunately all the spiders are following as they were close to the Broodmother when they jumped off. Let's get over there and take a look as this really starts to fall apart. We've got all the spiders all over this one. It's looking pretty bad. A third dino has jumped in on a rescue mission, and RD Wombat in there just trying to save the day because 3 dinos could have been lost here. And actually, we see the fire from RD Wombat. It does pretty good at wrecking those spiders. So these 3 are now out of the fight. With the dinos we've already lost, that doesn't leave a whole hell of a lot on the Broodmother. They managed to dig their way out of the mess, and it looks like that dino is near death. So it's really close to losing that dino, which would have been multiple dinos lost. Getting back to Keo on the ferry, kind of a one-man show here, pretty much taking care of business. Now, Thery's definitely either you're going to bring a bunch of hybrid Rexes with you or a bunch of Therys. Therys are, in my opinion, debatably the number 2 dino to bring on a boss fight, especially the Broodmother. Just gets the job done. Lots of damage with it ranked up correctly in health and stamina. You're going to be good to go. So doesn't look like we're going to get much more out of this dino in this fight. Pretty much just a full retreat. So those 2 are out of the battle for now as it gets healed up from a safe spot this time. Notice the player learned their lesson quickly and did not jump off that dino right near the spiders to heal. RD Wombat setting up some fire from the back, but we can really see now at this point that it's Keo and the Thery named Boss that are getting the job done. RD Wombat, I guess, also setting up some fire, so that's good, getting some damage done. So we got 2 versus the boss here as it downs to its last quarter health. Of course, going to take a little bit more time to drop the boss when that's all you got, but they are getting the job done. Looks like Wombat back in the fight after healing that heavily injured dino a little bit. Trying to stay back a little further this time. Got a dino fully in the rear on break. So we can see how things came kind of close to falling apart in this fight. Look at the damage on this dino. It's going to be a minute. At this point, it looks like Ulrich's like, F it. I'm just going to use my long neck and stay back here where I'm safe. And that's the thing. If you're outside the range of those spiders, they won't chase you. As we saw earlier, the mistake was trying to jump off one dino and heal another right as the Broodmother spat out a whole bunch of spiders, which sent 2 first dinos into the rear. They were chased by spiders. That didn't work out. A third dino had to rush in there and help save the day. And in the end, they were all saved. We now have, again, Keo as at least some team members fighting it out with him. So it's looking pretty good. The Broodmother's heavily injured. This should wrap up pretty shortly. Thery takes a lot of credit for getting the job done here. And the Brood is now kind of uptight, bleeding out of everywhere, kicking legs all over the place, but not a whole lot can be done. That there's just keep working on it with Wombat firing shots from 2 different directions. So it's going pretty well. They've got it back reorganized here, and it looks like it's going to end up pretty good. And the Broodmother is really on her last legs at this point. I expect it to go down quite soon. And again, in the back, firing the gun there, just staying safe. And we see this still heavy damage. That dino's not been healed, but down goes the Broodmother. So it turns out into a pretty good fight. A couple of losses in the early and almost heavy losses a little later on, but no worse for the survivors. And for a couple of those players, I believe had never fought a boss before, so this was a fantastic experience. They had a lot of fun with it. I joined the Discord chat right after the battle, and it was a whole lot of giggling going on. In particular with that the highlight of the fight for me, unquestionably, and I believe for them, was the attempted retreat and heal of those dinos that just went south in a second. Thery's a little beat up, but not too bad. So at the end of the day, they survived with about a 75% survival rate. I think 3 total dinos were lost. The Tech Rex and the 2 others. Not 100% sure on that. You could kind of tell by watching it though, but I found this video pretty fun. I really enjoyed when they retreated back, and as we wrap up here, let's just take a look around at some of the poor bastards that did not survive. So we got some baby eggs over there, and it looks like this is food for when those eggs hatch. Fun fact, a lot of times when you get wrapped in a web, if you're the food for the babies, you're still alive. It's kind of a slow death. So I don't think it was fun for any of these things here that are wrapped up. Can't really tell. It looked like a Carno, big batch of eggs, and I think there's a poor schmuck. We got a actual, obviously not a player, but technically an old Ark inhabitant here on the island that's been wrapped up. Good luck trying to figure out what that is. I mean, it's too big to be a player, obviously, but something went south for him. He's going to be food. There we go. This poor schmuck, not a fun way to die, folks. Getting wrapped up in spider web. That looks like a bird. Could be. Hard to say. And yeah, a whole bunch of food there for the future. We got some mushrooms growing. That about wraps it up, guys. Thanks for coming out. We're going to be posting up. I'm going to be spectating all the boss fights on the server that I can over the next little while. So hopefully you guys will be able to check in for that. Y'all know about subscribing and liking that. I'm going to go into it. Not going to waste the first 2 minutes of the video telling you how to follow me. Y'all know the deal. If you want to join the servers, of course, add me on Steam. All the info is in the info section. And y'all have a great day now.